Game 2 live coverage starts right now. Well, we welcome you to the live broadcast of Corpus Christi Hooks baseball. It is the second game of our 6-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Corpus Christi Hooks. Well, this contest will be 7 innings. So far after that, be a pretty nice evening to have here at the ballpark, and so far the nice ocean breeze, the clouds that will turn a orange color in just a little bit as we get ready to get the game wrapped up here tonight. Series continues tomorrow evening, 7:05 through Sunday at 7:05. After that, Missions head on the road. They head to Arkansas to take on the Arkansas Travelers in a 6-game set. Well, anyway, go online now at hooksbaseball.com or anywhere in the Texas League. You can get your tickets at valleylive.com. Don't forget, tune in Tuesday through Sunday here on YouTube. So you can catch us, you can hang out with us, you could do almost anything you want and have a good time watching the game. So far, don't forget, San Antonio proud sponsors coming in. We have West Creek Trail Rides, Whataburger, Henry's Puffy Tacos, and so much more, including the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets right now for opening day, which that is February 11th, 2027, as we get ready to go for a brand new rodeo season. Well, anyway, we'll take you downstairs now as we present you the live coverage of Game 2 of the doubleheader between the visiting San Antonio Missions taking on Corpus Christi Hooks here for this one. And so far, going to be an interesting day as we get ready to go here in Game 2. Alonzo Treadwell, a right-hander, getting on the mound here in this one. So far, his limit of innings is 4. The relief pitcher will get the 3. So a 4-seam, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup getting ready to go for Treadwell as he'll come in for the start for Corpus Christi. Shortstop Clay Dungan getting set to go as we lead off the top of the first for San Antonio. And that is going to be in for a strike. The count now 0-1, and we are underway right at 7:47 here for Game 2. Wind up and the pitch, and that one's going to be a high fly in the air, straightaway left. The left fielder runs it down in time for out number 1. With that, let's give the San Antonio Mission starting lineups here in Game 2. Dungan, Roberts, and Salas will lead it off. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Vertigo, Murphy, Vertigo will round it out here today for the San Antonio Missions. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. We're getting ready to go. One man down here in the top of the first. That one's high and inside for the count now 0-1. Boy, so far, just one of them days. And that is going to be in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. So far, Corpus Christi winning their 28th in the first of this doubleheader. Oh, that got him. Whoa, didn't see a play like that before, but that ball just bounced right off of him. And that will go for an infield single. Like getting plunked by hailstones nearly. Yeah, it sure is. Catcher is Ethan Salas. As he comes aboard now, 1 man on, 1 man out. Here's the pitch. That's outside. The count now 1-1. Corpus Christi 28-36. San Antonio trailing 3 against the Rough Riders. Boy, Amarillo and Midland in a foot race right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that is out number 2. And Salas gets struck out by Alonzo Treadwell. He gets his first strikeout. So far, pretty good. Here's Romeo Sanabria as he comes in. As I said before, Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, is off tonight. He will be off tomorrow and the next following day as well, so he'll have 3 days to rest up.
Nope, ball.
And so far, pretty good, as they'll give him some time to rest and have just the 3 days. So expect to see him back on Saturday in the roster. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanabria. And that one's high and outside. Count now 2-1. So far, Arkansas and Frisco should be in their second game. Kind of funny what we saw on Tuesday afternoon. Boy, that was funny. Yeah, I gotta say, John, that's like a slugger fest. And they were throwing punches at each other, trying to see which one who would get the game and stuff. And so far, the Frisco Rough Riders got the game by a final 7-6. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio as we head now to the bottom of the first. And it is no score through half an inning. Garrett Hawkins, a right-hander, is on the mound. And you look at the scouting report, the 4-seam changeup slider, a 2-seam fastball. And got to say, this guy, 96 miles an hour for the 4-seam fastball. He'll get the start for Game 2 here for San Antonio. Riley Unruh, the second baseman, strides up first. Got a great crowd here in Corpus Christi as we go now. The count now 0-1 to Riley Unruh. No balls and 1 strike the count and a pitch. That one ground ball straight away to Verdugo. Flips it to Sanabria in time for out number 1. Corpus Christi Game 2 starting lineups. Unruh, Sullivan, Gulamente will lead it off. Austin Strom, Whitaker, Chavalone, Sacco Jr., and Encarnacion will round out for Corpus Christi. 5 right-handed batters over a left-handed. Doing pretty good for Corpus Christi this year, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. These guys come in and they're ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be hit high in the air, straight away. Up to right field is Carpathios making the play. There's out number 2.
First baseman, number 87.
Garrett Gulamente coming in now. Ready to go. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. And that is in for a strike. The countdown 0-1. Here is the 0-1. That one chopped foul. The countdown 0-2. Don't forget 7:05 tomorrow through Sunday. San Antonio in town. High in the air, straight away left field. Murphy under it, makes the play, and that is the half inning over. No runs, hits, or errors for Corpus Christi. As we go to the second inning, it's no score through 1. So we'll be back here as we get ready to go for inning number 2. That is leading off Braden Carpathios, the right fielder, getting set to go for San Antonio when we come back. Second inning for San Antonio right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Braden Carpathios, the right fielder, gets going as we lead off the second inning here tonight in Bayfront Park. Beautiful Corpus Christi, Texas. That is right there and in for the ball. The count now 1-0. 1-0 delivery, and that is a swing and a miss. The count now 1-1. Boy, so far the clouds leaving the area nearly. They'll have partly cloudy skies going to fair skies. And checking the weather for Thursday through the rest of the series against San Antonio. Well, third strikeout, as that will be Braden Carpathios down for out number one. Here's the designated hitter, Albert Fabian.
Yeah.
And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1 as he comes in to bat. Ready to go here for this one. Here is the 0-1 delivery, and that's going to be a ground ball foul. And the count now 0-2. So yesterday, we had all that rain.
Ball.
Boy, I tell you one thing, that the doubleheader for that Tuesday was postponed. Or should I say that one and only game against San Antonio was postponed. I did mention that we didn't play a double yesterday, but today we do.
Batting seventh.
And so far already one game down as we're in game 2 right now. But Tuesday was pretty rough as San Antonio and the Hooks did not play at all.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
That one right there, the count now 1 ball and no strikes to Verdugo as he comes in. And they're going to overturn it to a 1 ball, no strikes. But anyway, that will go for no ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch,
No,
and
out.
that one is outside. We'll even up at 1-1. Sometimes when you get rained out, the best course of action is to always make sure player safety and fan safety always the first priority in baseball. Yeah, that's right, John, especially in these months of severe weather, you know, like thunderstorms, lightning. Lightning's a big factor. Hail, damaging winds, and possibly isolated tornadoes. You know, especially in Oklahoma. Do you think Corpus Christi has ever had tornadoes? I highly doubt it. You know, they're close to the ocean. They've had water spouts, I could tell you that. You know, for sure.
Nope.
Well, anyway, as 90 degrees as we're looking at it right now. Close to the 8 o'clock hour. That one's right there. Up to first in time, and that is out number 3, and that will do for the half inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. We're 2.5, still no score on this Wednesday evening. We'll be right back as Trevor Austin leads it for the bottom of the second for Corpus Christi when we come back here in Game 2. Bounce at the go for the bottom of the second. Right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Trevor Austin leading it off for Corpus Christi. 4-5-6 due up against Garrett Hawkins. As he comes in, we'll take that one in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Anybody's ball game here today, here in Game 2. If San Antonio wins, they'll be about 3.5 games trailing the Frisco Rough Riders. And that will be out of play. The count now 0-2. If Corpus Christi wins, they'll tie up against Midland. They'll be in a foot race for sure. So far, pretty good. Here's the pitch, and that is right there. Called third strike. They got him looking. First strikeout for Garrett Hawkins on the mound for San Antonio. Here is Kellen Strom, the 5-hole batter. The pitch is in for a cold strike as he comes in. And the count now 0-1 to this right-handed batter. Here is the 0-1. That one out of play, foul. Count now 0-2. 0-2 one more time. Hits that one high in the air, straight away in foul ground. Moving under it is Guy Murphy, and he'll make the play. And that's out number 2.
Designated hitter, number 24.
Ty Whitaker, the designated hitter, coming in. Here is the pitch, and that's ground ball straight away up the shortstop. Throw down, Sanabria is getting him, and that is out number 3. 2 innings come and go here in Game 2. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Corpus Christi. 3rd inning coming up for San Antonio. Right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Leading it off, second baseman Luis Verdugo coming in. Covering tonight for the second baseman Marcos Castañon, who is off for the next couple of nights. We'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count, and here's the pitch, and that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Oh and 2, here's the windup. Swing and a miss, they got him down. And that is the 5th strikeout for Corpus Christi here in this one. Leadoff batter, shortstop Clay Duncan getting ready to go. Wind up and a pitch, and that one's going to be hit high in the air straight away. And nobody could get there. That will land out of play. Foul. The count now 0-1. Don't forget, tomorrow evening at 7:05 through Sunday against San Antonio. Missions after that will head to Arkansas. Take on the Arkansas Travelers in a 6-game set there at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Only 1 trip between Corpus Christi and Arkansas.
That's a ball.
And that is a ball. The count now 3-1. Kai Roberts on deck now for San Antonio. And that is ball 4, so he'll take his base. First walk allowed by Alonzo Treadwell. Now here is center fielder Kai Roberts, 1-for-1 single coming in the ball game. So far, partly to fair skies tonight. Partly cloudy going to fair. And partly cloudy and hot tomorrow afternoon here in Corpus Christi as we'll have the grounds crew work on the field. Batting practice normally commences around about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They start cleaning everything up, and then by 6, they'll have the water crew out. Normally they are watering the diamond. They're still working on the field. And then fans pile in by the 6 o'clock hour to get ready for that game. That's going to be a line drive straight away up to center field, through for a hit. With San Antonio getting a walk and a hit together combined in this half inning. And so far, San Antonio trying to get in there and win this split half series. Ethan Salas coming in now as he'll take that one outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. 0 for 1, the strikeout that Salas had in this ball game. Here's the 1-0 offering, and that is going to be hit high in the air, straightaway center. And that will be out number 2. So far, the runners from first and second will hold on.
First baseman, number 93.
And that's going to bring in the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria. 43 pitches now for the starter for Corpus Christi, Alonzo Treadwell. As that swinging fastball will get him chasing. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one outside, 1-1. One offering. And that one as high as outside. The count now 2-1. Got to have a good hold-up, a finesse of trying to get on base and keep the inning alive. That's right there. Line straight away, through for a hit. Here comes the runner across the score. And that's an RBI single by Romeo Sanabria. And San Antonio now takes the lead. It's 1-0 Missions. What a beautiful play there, John, I got to say. I agree, Bob. That was a beautiful play. He was already across the score. And so far now, runner at first and third after the RBI single. Braden Carpathios coming in, who's 0 for 1 of the night. We'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. 0 for 1 strikeout by the right fielder here for San Antonio. No balls, 1 strike. Here it is. That one right there getting down. And they'll try to beat him out, but not in time, as that will do. Sanabria picks up the RBI single here in the half inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And we hit bottom of the third. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Jason Chavalone coming in now as we lead it off. Bottom of 3, we come back. Whataburger is served hot and fresh 24/7 for all fans of Corpus Christi, and so far greatest restaurant in the great state of Texas here in this one. About set to go, bottom of the third, right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Jason Chavalone, 789, bottom half of the order, going up against Garrett Hawkins. Will take a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Boy, so far 4 teams here in the Texas League South battling over a first and second place position. That is right there. The count now 0-2. Frisco, San Antonio, Amarillo, and Midland. Corpus Christi as well getting in there, so that's good too. High in the air, straight away, up to the third baseman, Verdugo. So I would say it would be 5 teams battling for that first place and second place positions. Tulsa doing pretty good, leading about 3.5 against Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas and Wichita tied in a foot race at 27 wins apiece. Springfield, 26 wins, down in last place in the North Division, which that is okay compared to what's going on now. But everybody knows it is a playoff race, as we're all trying to get into, and so far, all knowingly, Amarillo and Midland and San Antonio trying to compete for that second place position. Missions have a 1.5 against Amarillo leading instead, so that's good too. Yamal Encarnacion, the left fielder, coming in. Here is the pitch to him, and that one is going to be out of play foul. The count now 0-1. Here is the 0-1. That one fouls off, and the count now 0-2. Here's the windup. That one foul. So somebody going to get that baseball out there in the fence. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is the 1-2 offering. Still protecting the plate from getting striked out looking. Wind up and the pitch. Here it goes. And that one is high and outside. The count now 2-2. San Antonio leading this game 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. That's right there. Hit to the first baseman. Sanabria takes it himself, and that will end the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors for Corpus Christi as we exit 3. It's on now to the 4th inning. San Antonio in front, 1-0.
Leading off, the
designated hitter Albert Fabian comes in, 1-for-1 single here tonight. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there and out of play. The count now 0-1. Starting to see blue and orange mix in between the clouds. Boy, and I got to say, we love evenings like this. This is baseball weather, seasonal-like weather, but it's been very hot. Temperature got up to 99 today as we played Game 1. So far, we are dropped down to at least 9 degrees cooler, so 90 degrees, pretty good, but still a warm evening to continue onward. Humidity, not out of the question. We look at that, about 73%. So making sure that y'all stay hydrated through this series. Thursday through Sunday at 7:05 start times against San Antonio. Here's the 2-2 offering, and that's going to be right there. Liner straight away, and that's going to get through for the base hit. Going to first, going to second. Fabian's going to have a stand-up double, and he's there. Man, that's a pretty good play right there as Fabian just hit that one on the absolute screws. And yeah, that's a fair ball as we all look at it. It was inside the line, and there it goes. The camera doesn't lie about that. Exactly. When you have the great camera crews watching this ball game from play to play, you know that camera doesn't lie. That is for sure. Right there and outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Rosemond Verdugo, the third baseman. 0 for 1 a strikeout. Second run for San Antonio, just in scoring position. Glenn Otto Jr. and Hudson Leach, 2 right-handers starting to warm up. Glenn Otto Jr. hopefully starting his debut here for Corpus Christi as part of a new prospect here in Double-A ball. He was drafted in the year 2022 to the Houston Astros. And that's going to be right there and in up to right field. The runner is going to move up. He'll make it on a stolen base. And he's 90 feet away from scoring in another run for San Antonio. Left fielder Kai Murphy. Only 1 base hit will bring home the runner. 0 for 1 of the ninth. And that is right there, but it does not get far. The shortstop will get it in time for out number 2. Boy, Kai Murphy didn't last too long here tonight in this half inning, but most evidently he'll get another try later on. Luis Verdugo getting going. 2 outs, runner at third. That one is a high fly pop-up, straightaway right field, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on as we head to the bottom of the 4th. San Antonio leads it 1-0.
Leading off.
Riley Unroe, the second baseman, coming in is 0 for 1. We welcome you back to Hooks Baseball here in Corpus Christi as we get set for the 4th inning for the home side. 1, 2, and 3 due up in the top of the order against Garrett Hawkins. Final inning for him as he comes in. And that one is going to be out of play foul. The count now 0-2. So far, a starter will get 4 innings. The reliever gets 3 in a doubleheader. Right there, ground ball straight away up to Verdugo de Sanabria. Will get him for out number 1.
Center fielder, number 90.
Joseph Sullivan, the center fielder, coming in. 0 for 1, a flyout. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is going to be in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Don't forget, Game 3 tomorrow night. All the way through Sunday. Then after that, Corpus Christi heads to Tulsa. Take on the Drillers there at DCJ Field. Here's the pitch. And right there, called third strike, and that is out number 2. A second strikeout by Garrett Hawkins. Here is Garrett Gulamente as he comes in. So far on these hot days, kids are going out to the swimming pool and outdoor activities. Just make sure that y'all putting on sunscreen and staying safe as we go through the summer months. The 0-1 delivery.
Nope.
And the changeup is outside. The count now 1-1. Boy, San Antonio doing pretty good, shutting down the first 3 innings against Corpus Christi. So far, Hooks trying to capitalize and get another win here tonight. Here's a 1-2. That one is chopped foul, still hanging aboard here. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of 4. Swing and a miss, they got him. Well, blew it right by him, and that is the final out here, the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors. And we head for the fifth in a no-hit ball game for San Antonio. 1-0 Missions.
Now pitching,
Glenn Otto Jr., a right-hander coming in as he starts his first Double-A debut here tonight. A slider, sinker, four-seam, 12-6 curve, circle change, getting ready to go for Corpus Christi
leading off,
to the new arm.
Duncan.
And the shortstop is Clay Dungan, 1-2-3, top of the order for San Antonio against the new arm.
Ball. Outside.
And the Double-A debut of Glenn Otto Jr. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is foul. Count now 1-1. Boy, just love the sun-reflected clouds when they glow orange like that. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they looks very pretty. 3 innings to do here tonight, and so far game 2 of this doubleheader will be officially over. Well, right there, swing and a miss. Otto Jr. getting his first debut strikeout, and there is 1 down. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming up now for San Antonio. 12-inch curveball will be fouled off. In the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air. Straightaway center, that's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, number 90.
The catcher is Ethan Salas. 0-2, strikeout and a flyout coming in. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air. Runner in left field chases it down, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for San Antonio. Bottom of the 5th coming up. So we'll get going as Trevor Austin will lead it off for Corpus Christi when we come back. All right, set to go for the bottom of the fifth. Right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. All right, so that will pretty much do for the starter here, Garrett Hawkins, as he will be out of this ball game.
Now pitching.
And a new arm for San Antonio comes in. Left-hander Fernando Sanchez will be the first in relief of Game 2. Sanchez now pitching for San Antonio. Trevor Austin greets him face-to-face. And here is the pitch from the reliever. That is out of play foul. And it will bounce the dugout. No balls, one strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be out of play foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's a swing and a miss. They got him. Boy, he threw his bat away as he walks away, and the home plate umpire tells him to pick it up, and so far went back and picked it up, and so far that's good. Follow orders by the home plate umpire. So far, if you throw your equipment violently, you will be a subject to ejection. Kellen Strom coming in as he'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Who's a fly out? Last time up, 0 for 1. Any batters would get fined for throwing their batting equipment. The batting gloves, the helmet, the bat, or whatever they may have. No, they would definitely get in serious trouble for doing that, especially in Major League Baseball. No, they would get ejected, and then the manager comes out and gets his case going. Ty Whitaker, the next batter up, who is 0 for 1, comes in and takes that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering, and that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Boy, one more strike, and it'll be 5 innings come and gone for Corpus Christi. Yeah, and a no-hit ball game for San Antonio, which that is the greatest for this one-run ball game. That is for sure there, Bob. Oh, pitch clock violation on Fernando Sanchez as he waited too long. Here's a 1-2 offering, and that one's going to be hard hit, high in the air, straight away, in time to the center fielder, Roberts. And he gets there in plenty of time, as that will do for the side retired. Still a no-hit ball game for San Antonio as we head to the 6th inning, 1-0 Missions. Halfway through tonight in Game 2 as we get set to go for the top half of the 6th inning. So far giving you the instant replays here in this one. Romeo Sanabria leading it off for San Antonio up next. And then Braden Carpathios, the next batter coming up for San Antonio. They'll lead it off here in the top of the 6th inning as getting going. First line look of your scores here is that one lone run in the 3rd for San Antonio does absolute justice. If they could win it 1-0, I would be amazed of how San Antonio would pull that off here tonight in Game 2. Romeo Sanabria, middle half of the order, leads it. 4, 5, and 6 due up against Glenn Otto Jr.
Oh, that's it.
That will miss outside for a ball, and the count now 1-0. Wind up and the pitch. That one ground ball straight away short. And they'll get him by a footstep, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
Well, that'll bring up Braden Carpathios, the right fielder. Strikeout and a ground out is 0 for 2. Beautiful evening here in Corpus Christi. I want to say, just absolutely love the clouds just glowing that orange color. It's pretty. Everybody being treated to a light show in the sky. I gotta agree, John, and especially there at Nelson Wolff Stadium in San Antonio. We always see that when we're up in the booth, and gotta say, the sky is nice in the neighboring city following up in Corpus Christi. That is for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Carpathios. 1 man down, nobody on. Top half of the 6. And that's a swing and a miss down in the dirt. Throw to the catcher. And out to the first baseman, which that is out number 2. Designated hitter, Albert Fabian, 2 for 2, a double and a single. Boy, down to the final 2 innings here in this second game. And that's downstairs. The count now 1-0. San Antonio trying to claim their 33rd. And so far trying to get going as losing the first game against Corpus Christi 2-1 in a RBI walk-off. Here's a 1-1. And that one is going to be out of play, foul. The count now 1-2. One and two offering, here it comes. Swing and a miss down in the dirt. Throw down the first in time, and that will do it. San Antonio still holds the 1-run ball game. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. And here is the bottom half of the order due up for Corpus Christi as we start the bottom of the 6th coming up. Hooks baseball provided by our friends there as Jason Chivalone, the Waterburger 7-hole batter, comes in. We'll take that one outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. No hit ball game here for Corpus Christi, and gotta say, San Antonio doing good in this game. 1-0 score. Kind of reminds me of when the Rockhounds went to Tulsa one year in 2017. Or, correction, 2016. I do beg my pardon right there. No, it was 2017, John. Oh, okay. So never mind. I was right the first time. So it was Midland versus Tulsa. The Rockhounds had 1-0 against the Drillers. And that's where the 4th Texas League title came in for them. That is right there. Swung on and missed. Chivalone down on out number 1 on a strikeout. And now here is Tommy Sacco Jr., the shortstop, coming up now. Midland, in the past, had 4 Texas League titles going from 2014 to 2017. Which that was a pretty good, phenomenal 4 years. Wishing Midland would have had it in last year against Springfield. Cardinals took 11-1 victory, and I got to say, that was a rough around the edges there at Bronco Park. A double-digit ball game, and so far that was just really rough. 2 down, here's the left fielder, Yamal Encarnacion. As he comes in, is ready to go. Here's the pitch to him, and that one's going to be hit high in the air straight away. Out in foul grounds is the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria, making the play, and that ends the half inning. Well, 6 innings come and go. Still a no-hit ball game in the bid. 7th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Michael Knorr coming in. The 4-seam slider curveball and the 2-seam fastball getting in for Corpus Christi in relief. And so far, just a pretty good scouting report. 97 on that 4-seamer. Here is the third baseman, Rosamond Verdugo. Last inning of the day, which that is pretty good. Still enough daylight for us to play in, and always got to have a great teams to support. Hudson Leach and JP France coming in now for Corpus Christi in relief. JP France. There was a guy by the name of Ty France. It was a former San Antonio Mission back in 2018. France was pretty good. He also competed with the San Antonio Missions in 2018, 2019 with the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And the Sod Poodles were a Padres affiliate back that year. And right there, swung on and missed. They got him. Hi Murphy coming in now as Verdugo goes down on strikes. 0 for 2. Line out and a ground out for Kai Murphy. And it's getting going here for San Antonio. That one's right there. Ground ball straight to first base. In time, he takes it himself. And that is a unassisted play for 2 down. Luis Verdugo coming in. The second baseman is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be outside. The count now 1-0. So far, those clouds getting dimmer as we get going here, but a great, awesome light show we see here with the cloud cover we've had today. Partly cloudy skies, and temperature got up close to 100.
That's a ball.
Count now 2-1. The count now to Verdugo. And here's the pitch. That's a high pop-up straightaway. And the second baseman takes it himself, and that is out number 3. Riley, Sullivan, and Golamente will be the last 3. And we head now to the bottom of the 7th. Let's take me out to the ball game. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Bottom half of the 7th inning for Corpus Christi. Right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Riley Unroe leading it off for Corpus Christi. 3 last batters here in the bottom half of the 7th inning here in Game 2. Wind up and the pitch, and that is going to be hit foul. The count now 0-1. So far, San Antonio fans are looking pretty impressed there at Nelson Wolff Stadium watching here tonight. Fans normally would take a road trip to Corpus Christi, and so far after this homestand, San Antonio heads to Arkansas. Fans are going to have to go back to San Antonio. Wait one more week. That's going to be a liner straightaway through, and their first hit tonight. And that literally ends a combined perfect game bid for the San Antonio Missions. So they could get a double play, get 2 outs, and then try to win it in this half inning. That is for sure. Here's Joseph Sullivan as he'll go out after it. And count now 0-1. 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Don't forget, tomorrow evening, 7:05, 9-inning contest through Sunday. Except if it rains. If it does rain, we have to postpone and then do a doubleheader right after that. That one is going to be line foul. The count now 0-2. Runner at first, nobody out here in this half inning. Here's pitch. Fouls it off again. Look out over there. Still hanging on. Here's the 0-2. One more time.
Ball.
And that's going to be a slurve outside. It's 1-2. Could have thought he would have went around on that fastball right there. 1-2 offering. High pop-up straight away. Salas getting it in view. And he's got it. So out number 1.
Now batting, first baseman.
Boy, tell you one thing. Garrett Guillamonte, the first baseman, 0 for 2 with strikeout and a flyout. Winning run at the plate now. And that is going to be outside. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio trying to get their 33rd of the season.
Right to.
And that is in for a strike, and the count now at 0-2. Oh, 2 offering. Call, third strike. And he's going to argue with that. And the call is going to be upheld, and that is out number 2. Down to the final out for Corpus Christi. Here's third baseman Trevor Austin. 0 for 2 with strikeout. Boy, San Antonio holding that one lone run. And that's going to be hit high in the air up to left field. And Kai Murphy takes it, and that ends the ball game. Absolute beauty. 1-0 the final as they take their 33rd. And so far, a pretty good evening. Indeed it is there, Bob. So far, got to say, it has been a pitch-perfect evening. And San Antonio now picking up their 33rd. Corpus Christi now picking up their 37th loss of the season. The win, Fernando Sanchez, and the loss going to Alonzo Treadwell. And so far, what a game it has been. Well, so far, we are back at it tomorrow evening. Our first pitch through Sunday. 7:05 starts. San Antonio on Monday heads to Arkansas. All-American Ballpark to take on the Arkansas Travelers there at beautiful All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. But gotta say, a pretty good one. Well, anyway, hope y'all had a pretty good evening with these 2 ball games. So far, come back and join us again as we get ready to go for another edition of Corpus Christi Hooks Baseball as we get ready to go for Game 3 of this 6-game series starting tomorrow. Well, anyway, final scores will come in tomorrow night for this Wednesday afternoon. So far, we'll go ahead and give you those tomorrow evening, so we will wait till everybody gets done. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, for all of us here, we hope y'all enjoyed today's doubleheader, and gotta say, by far, one of the best days that San Antonio has ever had was winning this one by that one lone run. The Missions, 1 run on 5 hits, no errors, and for Corpus Christi, just 1 hit allowed. They tried to come back in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and so far that didn't even work for them. But San Antonio, that 1 lone run in the top half of the 3rd, propelled them to the W. And so far, pretty good. Garrett Hawkins is the player of the game. The win is Fernando Sanchez, and the loss going to Alonzo Treadwell in this one. So far, 4 games left here at this current homestand. And so far, Game 3 coming tomorrow evening. For all of us here, we hope y'all had a pretty good day. And yes, fans are starting to get up to go home, and the ballpark is getting emptier as we get ready to close out the 2 games here today here for San Antonio and Corpus Christi. Could have wished it would have been 9 innings for both games, but apparently a doubleheader in the rule states that if a game is rained out and it's going to the next day, then it will be considered a 7-inning contest. That is part of the Major League Baseball rules that they give to the minor leagues. And so far, everybody has to abide by that 7-inning rule in doubleheaders. So far, you look at also another rule is in extra innings. A man starts on second. They enacted that 6 years ago, back in 2021. So basically, a runner always starts at second base, and it's always pretty good to see that happen on top of that. But, it will be a funny ball game and stuff in this one. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your night. And so far, catch us at 7:05 for Game 3, as we'll have a 9-inning contest tomorrow night and through Sunday, and we'll see y'all later. So hope y'all have a good night, and final score, San Antonio 1, Corpus Christi 0.